tuning back into my channel. You can tell by the title of this video that we're about to do a story time. I'm laughing right now because I had just like I was recording my intro and my mom walked in. It was just so funny because I had just like recorded it 5 times and she walked in on the 6th try. So now we on the 7th try. But let's get into it. So I go to University of Southern Indiana. That is a PWI. And for the people who don't know what PWI means, that means predominantly white institution. I did not hope and dream that I was going to end up at USI my freshman year or in college in general. Like my senior year, if you asked me what I was doing, where I was going, I promise you I was in Texas with it. I was finna be living my best life in school, HBCU, me please, like that's how I was. But I did get accepted into the school I wanted to go to, but they was not offering me enough money. Like they only offered me $13,000 and the tuition was like over $20,000. What am I gonna do with that? Nothing. I'm a little bitter still, but it's okay. I'll be in Texas in a good 2 to 3 years. Just give me that, and it's up there. I'm gonna be there. Y'all gonna see. So just wait on it. Mark my words. Remember this. Remember when I said this. Okay. So the main reason why I chose USI was because my family, they live in Evansville. So I'm like, okay, you know, I have family there. Whoop-de-woo. And then me and my friends, y'all, they played me. So me and my 3 friends was like, oh, we all gonna go here. We gonna get an apartment together. Everything's gonna be great. And I'm like, okay. Now I don't feel so bad about Texas because I'm like, at least I'll be going to a school like where my friends are going to, so I don't have to not know anybody at all, because I didn't want to go to college and be the person like that didn't make any friends, even though I'm really outgoing, but sometimes like I'm really shy like upon first meet. So I'm just like, I don't know. So we're like, oh, we're all gonna go, blah blah. So only one of my friends ended up going. My other friend, she ended up staying. Both of my 2 other friends, they ended up staying home. So I'm like, wow, like I done put my application in, I done filed for housing, and I'm like, what am I gonna do now? And then my friend Michaela, who actually was going there, she really didn't make her decision until like a couple months after I did. So I was really waiting on her to make her decision because I'm like, dang, if she don't go, like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be like, kill me now, because I did not want to be there by myself. So she ended up going, but she filed for a 1-bedroom. And I had the like 2-bedroom, 4 people. That's like what my housing plan was, and it's an apartment. So good thing my friend Brianna, oh, she came in clutch. She was like, you know Bethany, right? And I'm like, no, no. Which one are you talking about? So she showed me a picture, and I was like, oh yeah. She's like, she's going to USI. She needs a roommate, and I'm like, okay. So me and Bethany, we had like maybe 1 or 2 classes together in high school, but never really like, we were never like friends. So after talking to her, and then I figured out that our suite mate was Renija, and I hadn't talked to her since like 4th grade, third or 4th grade. And she's living in my neighborhood, and I'm like, oh my gosh, small world, yay, we can live together, like this is about to be amazing. So we ended up moving in together. And I want to say like just my housing situation was probably like living with them was like the best thing that could have like happened to me in college, just because I did not want to be paired with randoms. I was just like, I can't just be with just anybody. And then I was trying to meet people. I was scouring on social media for people before I even found that they were going. And I was just like, what am I going to do? I was stressing myself out. I was working my butt off in the summer, and I'm like, dang, maybe I need to make some extra money so I can get the single room, because I just don't know how I feel about living with random people. But our situation worked out so well. They weren't random, of course, because I like knew them, but we got so close like within the first like 2 to 3 weeks, and it was really good. And then we formed a little friend group, so it was just me, Renija, Bethany, Michaela, and Janae, and we was thugging it out pretty much all semester. And than my friends, period. But that part was just great. But the part that was terrible, I know y'all was waiting on it, terrible, was the people who lived upstairs. Like, I'm pretty sure I can talk about this now, and I'm pretty sure, can't nobody tell me what to do anyway. But anyway, the people who lived upstairs was so rude. They was loud all the time, always slumping their feet, dragging it around. It was really annoying. And mind you, I've never lived in an apartment before, so I'm not really used to, like, the thumping, the hitting the broom on the ceiling. Like, I ain't never had to do that. But we did that day. They was so loud, and me being me, like, I can't with the noise. I just can't. Excess noise drives me crazy. It just drives me crazy. So just get ready, y'all. It's a roller coaster. So I went upstairs, knocked on their door, and I was being real nice. Mind you, my mama was on the phone because I didn't want to get OC. So I just kept my mama on the phone so she can, like, keep me calm. And she was like, remember, just be nice. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be nice. I can do that. I'm nice. I can do that. So knocked on the door, and they took a long while to answer the doors. But I knew they was upstairs because I went right after I heard when the noise got too excessive, that's when I went upstairs. So knock on the door, nothing. So me again, knocking again, so nothing still. So I'm like, okay, you want to be funny? So I'm a police knock on that door. So I was knocking. So then she finally answered the door, and she was like, hello. And I was like, hey, I don't really know what you guys are doing upstairs, but it is really loud to us downstairs, so can you guys please just keep it down? I promise y'all, I said please at least like 2 to 3 times because I'm trying to be really nice. And a lot of people who, like, really know me, they think, like, no, I'm not scared of confrontation, but I don't really like confrontation. Like, it takes me, it's a little build up that kind of has to happen for me to, like, really come at you like, you need to shut up. Like, but I wasn't even like that because this is the first time me going up there. This is maybe like week 4 at school, maybe week 3. So she goes, we haven't moved in 15 minutes. I don't know what you're talking about. So I'm like, what you mean? Like, so I'm like, okay, well, maybe it wasn't you. Maybe it could have been the other girls who live up here. But all I'm saying is, y'all loud. Can y'all please keep it down? And then I walked away because, girl, what? Don't talk about some. I haven't moved in 15 minutes. Like, I heard you. Who was it then? Like, so fast forward, they still be loud. And mind you, my sweet mate, she is the RA. So you would think they would, like, not be so loud. But, you know, like I said, I do go to a PWI. And I hate to say this, and I'm not saying everybody's prejudiced, racist, whatever. But I really do think, like, they just had no respect. And they didn't care, like, that we was uncomfortable. They just didn't care. So I'm like, okay. Like, this not gonna work. We not finna keep being loud back and forth. Like, this not finna happen. Anytime we play our music, anytime, you know, we got some people over, y'all don't ever hear us. So why is it that it's only 4 of y'all up there and we can hear, like, every little thing you do, and you do it excessively and loudly all the time? So I don't understand. So weeks go by and they be loud, so we get to hitting the broom on the ceiling, like, shut up. So me being nice, instead of hitting the broom on the ceiling, I just go back upstairs, give a little knock. Mind you, there's like a window right by the door, and the window is our living room. So the curtains was open, and so was the blinds, and as I was walking up, I could see them sitting at the dinner table. And as I knocked on the door, nobody came to the door. And then once I knocked again, they ran to the bedroom. So I'm like, okay. So this makes me think that you're doing what you're doing on purpose. Because if you see me, and I know you see me because I see you seeing me, you need to open this door. So I'm like, okay, you don't want to answer the door? That's cool. That's fine. But I got you. Just know, like I said, I got you. So I'm like, nobody want to answer the door. My RA done said something to him. Everybody want to be funny. So the next day, I was going to the bus stop. And let me just put this out there, full disclaimer, this lasted all semester, okay? All semester. It did not get fixed. The problem didn't get fixed until February, second semester. February 29th. Wow. Just hit me that took so long. But my RA been saying something to them. Everybody been saying something to them. Like, I was going to the bus stop, right? And I see the girl who live upstairs and her friend. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't care. So I hear whisper, whisper, whisper while I'm standing on the bus stop. So I turn around, take the AirPod out, and I'm like, did nobody say nothing? So I'm like, okay, put my AirPods back in. And mind you, ain't no music playing in the first place because I had just walked out the house. And the bus stop is like right by my apartment. So I'm still hearing whisper, whisper. And I guess they think because I got headphones and I can't hear them. So, and they just talking. Then I hear the B word. So I turn around and I'm like, is there a problem? And she was like, didn't even say nothing. So I'm like, okay. So then we get on the bus. Then they got off on the bus stop right before me. But then I didn't get off because that wasn't my stop. So then they got back on the bus and then got off at the stop I got off of when I was walking into Starbucks. And I'm like, oh, so I feel like y'all trying to be funny because why you getting off when I get off? You wasn't just finna get off right here. You was just finna get off right there. So why you want to get off where I get off? You're weird. Period. So I'm like, oh, cool. And then y'all get a load of this. Remember how I said, I be forgetting stuff, y'all, so just bear with me. So remember how I said the last time I had went upstairs, their window was open. They filed a complaint talking about we was peeping in their window. Peeping? Like, nobody's gonna be peeping in your window. Stop worrying about me. All I was doing was coming upstairs to knock and tell you to shut it up. Now y'all can see this is the part where I was getting real angry, real frustrated. So I'm just like, okay, like, this starting to get out of hand. So she filed a report on me, which made me really upset because don't be lying on me because I don't got no reason to peep in your window. So I will admit this was a petty move and I did do this, but I filed a report because she was looking at me crazy on the bus stop. So I'm like, well, she said I was trying to intimidate her. So I'm like, by looking at her window. So I'm like, okay, you was trying to intimidate me with your friend by whisper, saying B words and whatnot and looking at me crazy, following me to Starbucks when I got off the bus. So filed a report too. Like, you know, one thing I did learn, and shout out to Miss Jada, but one thing I learned about, like, navigating, like, issues in the real world, not even just, like, in college or at a PWI, regardless, like, in the real world, you can't, like, I don't know. First off, you can't make people stop doing something. Let's start there. And two, you gotta, like, go through the proper channels or nothing's gonna get done. Because if you don't, like, they gonna play that role. And y'all know what people I'm talking about. They gonna play that role, and then you're gonna be sitting there looking like the angry black woman. So I'm like, okay, let me chill. I can't look like that. So, because granted I was mad, but I never, like, was so mad to where I was just like, they gotta go, I'm about to beat her up. Like, it was nothing like that. So that's, like, how that whole bus stop, like, thing played out. Like, I filed a report, they filed a report, like, and it was just done. But then they would not stop being loud. And then one time they had, like, picked up furniture and, like, dropped it on the floor. So it was just, like, loud. Me and the girls was going back and forth through the ceiling, like, with the broom. Like, I was so mad I almost, like, did a hole in the ceiling. Yeah, I'm not proud. But that is what happened. I got so upset. And after that, like, I was fed up. So the next day, since I knew, like, y'all not answering the door, they wasn't responding to my RA's messages. So I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. So I left a note. If I can find a picture of the note, y'all, I will put it in a link on the video. So I wrote a note and was like, since no one ever wants to answer the door, I'm asking y'all to please be quiet and pick up your feet and pick up your chairs or something, because they used to drag chairs all around the floor, but we have, like, wood floors, so, like, everybody can hear that. You don't need to drag a less than 10-pound chair. Pick it up. And they were both huge, so pick it up. Like, pick it up. So, and then, you know how, like, everybody on Twitter was like, oh, thank you, management. So I signed it as management, but I knew they knew who it was me. And it wasn't like, oh, I was scared to sign my name or nothing. So we have this big group meet for our whole apartment building, and she takes a picture of the note, puts it in the group me where everybody in the apartment building can see. And she's like, whoever sent this to me or left this at my door, you can talk to me directly, So I DM her and I'm like, yeah, it was me. All I wanted you to do was answer the door because I was just trying to ask you to be quiet. And then we got into it, and she was sending paragraph on paragraph, and I told her, like, baby, I'm not reading that. If you want to talk to me, you can come outside because I've been knocking on your door and you don't want to answer. Like, what's up with that? And then she was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm always at work. I'm always here. They always got excuses for everything, y'all. Always got excuses. It was a mess. And then basically me, my roommate, and my suite mate, we basically popped up on them. Well, it wasn't like we pop up on you to fight or nothing like that. We just kind of pop up and we was just talking about like our issues. Like, why do y'all gotta drag chairs? Why do y'all gotta do this? Why y'all gotta do that? And then they basically was trying to play that role like they don't be doing nothing. They're like, we're just up here living. Like, girl, no, you're up here being loud and obnoxious on purpose. So let me fast forward all the way to second semester because they thought after 2020 we was still finna be playing this game, and I had to let them know I was fed up. I was super duper fed up. So she wanted to be funny. She wanted to be all loud. And then let me tell y'all, me and Bethany, we was driving around. We went to the C-store and we was coming back. But Janae and Michaela was in our apartment. And the girls, like, y'all, we've had baloney thrown on our door, all that. So, y'all know I'm frustrated. So, they was peeking in our window. I'm talking, came up to the window, looking inside our apartment and everything. And then Michaela looking at her like this. And then she looking at Michaela like this. And then Janae looking at her like this through the window. And then when I get back to my apartment, they tell me all this. So, I'm like, oh, no, I'm fed up. So we got this thing called public safety. It's like campus security. So I'm like, okay, let me act like Karen too. You want to file reports. You want to be funny. You want to be petty. You want to lie. I could do the same thing, boo. Minus the lying and being petty, because it's not petty. Because why are you looking at my window? You're being a weirdo. That's creepy. Because if you was a dude, it wouldn't be treated no different. Shouldn't nobody be peeking in my window. Period. So I called public safety. Then the sheriff, we flagged the sheriff down because, like, public safety, they just was not moving fast enough. So we flagged the sheriff down because sheriffs, like, patrol our campus. So we talked to the sheriff about it. He's like, yeah, that's just ridiculous. That's an invasion of privacy. I'm like, yeah, it really is. And, you know, I'm playing that role, y'all. I'm like, this is too much. Like, I don't like this. And he was just like, yeah, I totally understand. And I was just like, at this point, I don't feel safe. Like, all that. So the sheriff went up there. It was like 4 officers. It was a lot. Like, they came deep. And I did not really expect them to do that because previously I really just felt like they could have did a lot more and they didn't. But they came real deep. And then the next day, them heifers moved out. I was so happy. I was so happy they moved out. But to this day, I still feel like I just should have. But I'm better than that. I'm not going to do that. I'm better than that. So I ended up not beating her up. I couldn't disappoint my mans upstairs. But I was so happy that they moved out. And when they moved out, they were super loud. And it was a really nice day outside. And a whole bunch of people was outside. And then somebody, well, I'm not even going to say somebody. They threw white flowers. And they put it outside my window. And they had like red dye on it. So I'm like, oh, who finna die? Because that's how I feel. Like, that's a threat. So they was upstairs. And I asked her, like, who finna die? Because that's a threat, boo. And they just thought it was oh so hilarious and funny. And then I just thought it was funny that they had to move out. Because, boo, I guess they chose to move out. Which was fine. I don't care. I was just happy that they moved out because I was tired of hearing it. And they was so loud when they was moving out. And they was being so petty. And we was riding past. They kept staring. So Janae she rolled down the window. She was like, boo, can I have my face back? And then the girl, she told us. And then the cops came to our house. Like, why are you telling the cops? Because somebody said boo to you. Why are you staring in this car in the first place? See, that's what got her in trouble the first time. For peeping in somebody's window. You ain't got no business looking. So mind your business. So yeah, that was really like, I guess I should say that was my housing experience. Overall though, it was really fun. Like it was crazy. We had people beating on our windows. We once chased a man who was playing, I can't say that word on camera. who was playing on our door. I went outside chasing him with no shoes on, nothing, because I was fed up, y'all. So I will say, I don't feel like this would have happened at no HBCU, because people know, like, we just don't play them games. But, you know, everything happens for a reason, I guess. I will say it built a lot of character. It taught me how to really, like, really just block people out and handle business, because granted, they was on my nerves and they lived upstairs and they was loud as ever. I still had school to do and I still had business to handle, so it taught me a lot. But next year it's up there. I can't wait to get my new apartment, and hopefully I get a newer apartment, because the apartments we was in compared to all my friends was raggedy, boo, raggedy. Okay, a 5 out of 10. Okay, 7. But yeah, so I'm not gonna make the video go on any longer, but I will just say, like, going to that school, it was really hard, because I do feel like, oh my gosh, none of these kind of kids are like me. And I'm gonna just be real blunt, because I feel like people shouldn't be offended by this, but it was really hard being like the only black person in all my classes. Like, and then when we talk about slavery or when we talk about anything else, people looking at me crazy, and or people looking at me because they think I'm finna like feel some type of way. And then it's just like little microaggression stuff that happened. Like, this one lady was like, oh, do you spell your name the normal Savannah way? Like, what's the normal way, boo? How simple, how much more simple does it get? I was very offended by that. But it was a lot of stuff that happened. Like, we've seen so much going there, but all of it really builds character. And I will say, going there, it wasn't terrible, but we went through a lot. Like, emotionally, that put me through a lot, because I don't like, my anxiety be too high for all the like funny looks every time I get on the bus, when I walk in the room, or like when I'm getting out of my car, when I walk into my apartment, like people would stare at me like I'm not supposed to live there. And it was just, it's crazy. It builds a lot of character, I will say. But hey, I'll be back next year and hopefully it's way better. But if not, like I told y'all, 2 to 3 years, Texas me, please. I meant that. I still mean that. It's either going to be Texas, California, or Georgia. Me and my mans, period. So, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or anything about school or anything like that, just DM me on Instagram or leave a comment. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And thanks for watching.